Nice. Looks like Tuna's working again. How we doing? Welcome in, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't like standing up on stream. That is a little weird, isn't it? That's a little like, all right, now I'm sitting down, and here I am. I'm just a little tough to hair down here. And now I am a real human being. What's up? What's good, folks? How we feeling? Let's crank it down a little bit. Okay. I hope that everybody's well. Need you to stop. Thank you. Microphone in here a little closer. I guess we should make sure we're actually pulling from mic because, you know, every now and again it just decides to stop. I hope it is. Gotta be. Gotta be. How we feeling, folks? What's good? What's new? Congratulations to Sneaky Pigs on claiming first. We're gonna crank down the house music just a little bit. I'm enjoying it, but it is a little much. This thing drives me crazy, dude. This thing drives me crazy. I need a little robot. You know the little... Oh, and this is not on either. You know the little boxes that they have that will, like, you flick the switch? It's like a pointless box or something. And you'll flick the switch and then it'll boop, push it right back. I need one of those. But for this thing. Whenever it turns off, just a little hand just... And it turns it back on. Cool, rainy, and dreary today. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. We're definitely cold. We're definitely cold. I don't think the rain's hit us yet, but it's coming. And dreary, not yet. Hopefully not. Hopefully not at all. Definitely gonna happen eventually, probably tomorrow. Got this a little tuft up here. I want straightened out. You can tell this is bed head. This is bed hair today. Bed hair indeed. It's all right. It happens. It happens. We got to an important milestone today. This is our Jeopardy, and you see there's like multiple lines here. There's like a little perforation whenever you remove a section of the calendar. I removed the first section of the calendar today. That's pretty crazy. First section's gone. Year's flying. The year is flying. I just got volume 3 of Crazy Food Truck delivered to my home. I just got the notification. Working and lurking. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Doing good here, Kim. Doing good here. We're going to get into Delete After Reading here in a little bit. And then we might be playing Tchia. So I might get a little head start on Tchia. We shall see. You know, why not? Why not? Why not play it? Give it a shot. See how we feel about it. See if it's something I want to continue to persevere. What's up, Wizen? How we doing? Welcome in, folks. About 1 minute away from starting Jeopardy. As the reward for all of our first peeps. First peeps to pop in. First pops to peep in. You know the drill. We do have a during stream today. We'll have a new social media post for World Poetry Day. Happy World Poetry Day, everyone. I had ChatGPT-4 write a poem for the game One Shot. Thought it was a fun little thing to do. I'm very gray. I'm wearing my my sweat-cedo today, it looks like. Because I've got like the gray sweat material underneath and the Jesus Loves Me sweatshirt on top. If only I were wearing sweatpants. I'm wearing jeans, I'm afraid. Camera looks so much better going through this capture card. Looks so much better. I really need to get a 4K capture card. Jeans are your sweatpants. That's pretty relatable. I discovered pajama pants accidentally through my in-laws. They got me the Walmart pajama pants, and I was like, man, I don't really wear pajama pants. They are the most comfortable thing I've ever worn. And so now I'm wearing them all the time. Wearing them all the time. And those are my favorite new pajama pants. I used to be a gym short. Gym short were my sweatpants. But now I'm rocking these Walmart Finest. I don't even remember what brand they are, but they're so flowy. I run real warm. Even right now I'm getting a little warm in this sweatsuit. And so I need something that's light and flowy. And these were doing it for me. They're working. I am finally back on my walks. I've been on 2 walks this week. Feels real good. After I got sick last time, it got cold and I was sick and then I couldn't go on my walks. But now I think we're almost there. We're almost back to a good healthy flow. All right. It's time for Jeopardy. And Zando's not here, so sneaky, I got a good feeling. I got a good feeling that today is the day. First, we dethroned him as the Gotcha King. Today, we dethrone him as the Jepper King. All right. Folks, if you've never been with us, whenever we play Jeopardy, the way that we play is it is just first come, first serve. You do not have to answer in the form of a question. All you have to do is say the answer if you know it. Drop it in the chat, and the first one to say it gets the points. If nobody answers, I'll put on a timer, and then we'll run to the end of the clock. But the leaderboard is here. There's plenty of room on the leaderboard for people to enter. So you could potentially, probably not. You probably couldn't in a single day anymore. But in like 2 streams, if you got every question correct, then you could probably get back up onto the top 3. So first question is Double Jeopardy. It's worth the maximum amount, 2,000 points. 2,000 points. The category, it takes a villain. The answer, he's the non-human villain in 2001, A Space Odyssey. The non-human villain in 2001, A Space Odyssey. It is HAL 9000. Sneaky, you have just surpassed. You've just surpassed Zando. Too easy of a question to be worth 2,000 points, but we do what we do. I don't make the rules, I just read them. Clearly Jeopardy thought that was a difficult question. All right. But officially we have a new first placer. And we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for ads to be done, don't worry. We're gonna wait for ads to be done, and then we'll read our last 2. So we have like a full minute left. I agree, Sneaky. I think we need a Nerds Jeopardy edition. We need to write our own Jeopardy questions exclusively for nerds. Because they ain't got it. They don't know what nerds know. This drives me crazy right here. You see that? That's where the wreath was hung. And I marked the spot with pencil. And I can't get the pencil off the wall. I need a magic eraser. But I'm too lazy. Too lazy to do it. 12 seconds remain. I don't know if anybody else uses pencil to mark their pinpoints for hanging things, but I do. I live by pencil. All right. Next Jeopardy question, again, worth the full 2K. The full 2K. Category, it takes a villain. Category, it takes a villain for 2,000 points. The answer, he's Dudley Do-Right's dastardly mustachioed nemesis. It takes a villain. He's Dudley Do-Right's dastardly mustachioed nemesis. Who is he? Now this one is worth 2,000. Sneaky the king. Sneaky the goat, dude. I thought that was for sure, man. You even spelled it right, dude. Snidely Whiplash. Used to watch Dudley Do Right? I'd say so. I would say so. All right, our last question. Category: 1960s TV history. This is Final Jeopardy, so I need to ask Google. Okay, Google, pick a number 1 through 20. 900 points. Category: 1960s TV history. The answer: the 1967 finale of The Fugitive drew in 78 million viewers, surpassing the 73 million who tuned into this show Sunday, February 9th, 1964. 1960s TV history. It is not MASH. The 1967 finale of The Fugitive drew in 78 million viewers, surpassing the 73 million who tuned into this show Sunday, February 9th, 1964. It's a good guess. It was indeed the Ed Sullivan Show. It didn't say the Beatles, but you're absolutely right. That is the episode they're referring to. Sneaky didn't just come to play, dude. He came to slay. Holy moly. This is wild. All right. Our leaderboard has been updated. Third place is Wise and Lemur with 6,400 points. Second place. Wow. Zando Calrissian with 15,400. First place, Sneaky Pigs with 19,700 points. Holy moly. Chat's in the clap. Blowing minds here. Blowing minds. All right. Before we get started with our game today, I wanted to show you guys some things that I saw, just because this is what I love to do. I love to go find random things on YouTube. And the first one isn't really random, but the trailer for Solo Leveling, which is a new anime that's going to be dropping next season, dropped today, and so I really wanted to go watch that. And then I also want to show you guys, somebody took all of the album Nevermind by Nirvana and used the sound font from Super Mario 64 to re-edit everything. And so I thought that'd be fun to go back and listen to as well. So we're going to go through both of those real quick. First, I'm going to take my very important Spotify token off the screen. That could have been real bad. Real glad that I checked before I leapt there, because that would have been a big bummer. All right. We'll start with Solo Leveling. So we're going to turn off Spoofy. Everybody say bye, Spoofy. Might be some gore in here. Solo Leveling is a Korean manhwa, and it's good. It's good. So let's go ahead and pull up YouTube. Whoop, whoop. All right, this is Solo Leveling, a new anime dropping soon and very soon. Gnarly. It looks real good. A1. That's the opening scene. Dope. Nice little tease. Nothing much to it. For those of you that aren't familiar with Solo Leveling, it is a manhwa. Again, it is a Korean manga, essentially a Korean comic animation. I think it might even be a webtoon that got adapted pretty quickly because people picked it up pretty quick. But it is basically this world that exists kind of like an MMO, where you fight in dungeons to escalate your level to get rich. And there's this one like loser kid who, of course, is the one that doesn't ever try. He gets caught up in a real bad situation that we just saw in that scene right there, where like literally everyone around him dies. And it was a raid that was above their rank. And so he's like this under-leveled person that everybody dies around him. And then I think, since it's called solo leveling, the gist from that point on is that he gets inspired and does everything by himself and becomes the strongest by continuing on. Okay, now let's listen to some Nirvana. Some Nirvana. All right, so this is the album cover for it, which first off, just brilliant. Just brilliant, simply hilarious. I love seeing the penguin, the old like polygonal penguin with the star chasing. So good. We're going to listen to some of the tracks just real quick without getting a DMCA, hopefully. So those of you that don't know, Nirvana Nevermind, like one of the greatest albums of all time. Definitely one that has a lot of clout behind it. So this is the title track, Smells Like Teen Spirit, in the Super Mario 64 sound font. Please enjoy. Oh, let's crank it. It's so underwhelming. It's so underwhelming with like, you want to like, yeah, you love this song. But it's like, it's so mellow. We got to get to some lyrics. It's nice. Star effect. So you hear it's just a MIDI for the voice. Every now and again they'll use Mario's voice, but for the most part, it's just a classic MIDI. Let's get to some favorites. In Bloom is, of course, a great song. They lean in heavy to that bass. I don't remember Nirvana having that much bass. It had so much distortion on the electric that I feel like you never really picked up on it. I do love hearing those drums. What's up, H-Man? We're listening to Nirvana's Nevermind in the Super Mario 64 sound font. All right, so let's hear another song. Let's see. Come As You Are is pretty good. Lithium's pretty good. Polly's pretty good. Territorial Pissings is a particularly funny one because of how it starts. So I'll grab the last couple seconds of Polly here.
Yahoo! Yahoo! Yahoo!
It's so good! I think that's probably my favorite. My favorite moment of this. Anytime they use Mario, it cracks me up. There's another one during Drain You. I can't remember where it was, though. I think it was at like the 21 mark. They do his scream and Drain You. And it's real good. I swear it was right around here. Maybe it was at the 22 mark. Someone has way too much time on their hands? No way. Just enough time. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Somebody linked it in the comments. Let's see what the comments said. Somebody I know remember. They linked it. There it is. 21. It's so good. It makes me want to go back and listen to the original so that I can remember all the like moments. Let's see. Lithium's always a goodie. I like the use of piano in Lithium. Alright, and then of course, which will be featuring in the next Batman movie, is Something in the Way, the classic closing track. Yeah. I just want this like little polygonal like Batman from like an unmade N64 game. Just like walk down an alleyway with this, you know? I'll never not think of Batman now when Something in the Way plays. So there you go. That is Nevermind. Oh, yeah. It's so good, dude. It's so good. I just want all of our backing to be that. But I have a feeling we'll get DMCA struck if I play much more than that. But there you go. If you want to give that a listen, it is not pinned. But I did just drop it in our music channel over in our Discord. So !Discord if you're not a part of that and you want an experience there. If you're watching, maybe I'll clip this for YouTube or TikTok or something. If you're watching, it's always in our link tree. And we'd love to have you over there on the Discord to experience that. Or you can just Google Nirvana's Nevermind SM64 sound font. So good. So good. A great album to do it to as well. Let's see. Let's turn down our house music just a little bit. I did want to let everybody know, if you've never heard of this magazine, I posted about this as well in the Discord, but if you're into indie games like I'm into indie games, you should check this out. It's called Patch Magazine. Patch Magazine, it is a real print magazine, which first off, when's the last time you got a print magazine? Aside from the one that GameStop like makes you sign up for. It's been so long, and I love this way more than Game Informer already. But it's super cool. Goes through a ton of indie games each month. This is their March edition, hence the green coloring. And this is a game called Melon Journey, which I already have added to my backlog. Most of the games they talk about in here, I put in my backlog because I just love it. But you can see the basic like gist of what it is. It's not real huge. Let me find a book that's like a familiar size. Do we all have manga just lying around our home somewhere? This is a comparison to a manga, okay? So it's like, it's roughly the same as a manga, just sized up the slightest bit. So if you collect manga, just imagine just slightly taller, like a half an inch taller and a half an inch wider. But it's really cool, has a lot of fun articles in it. Not all the articles are strictly like, you should play this game. But they always do like a radar watch of what you should be looking at. Dredge is very high up on my list now. Mr. Saito as well. I hadn't really considered Sanctuary Saga much, but maybe I should. They give you, of course, like their, recommendations of things that you should own, swag that you should own. And then they have like their main cover article in here. They go over several other things. They have interviews. They talk through like some of the things that make the indie games so cool, such as their like sound, fonts, like we literally just talked about. They make recommendations, like I'd never heard of Mothman 1966, but now I'm real curious. It kind of reminds me of last year's, what was the name of that game? Norco. Kind of reminds me of Norco. They recommended some retro consoles if you're down for that kind of thing. I think that was pretty risky of them myself, because if they want to be like a legitimate business, probably shouldn't be recommending ROMs, but whatever. Recommendations on how to start your own podcast. They give you a literal recipe based off of Chef RPG game. They give you a romance guide for Potion Permit. There's all sorts of stuff in here, and sometimes you fold the pages and then you get real sad about the fact that you folded a page. Let's see. They even give a guide on how to do like a retro skin on your Switch if you wanted to take it apart and put it back together. I would never. Something that I thought was pretty cool is they even gave us like a choose your own adventure, which is pretty neat, just to put in the back of your magazine. And then this is the team. I'll show you the team a little bit closer. I'm excited to get to know them better and hopefully continue supporting their work. Let's see, the light's really harsh on that. Well, you get the idea. And it's pretty cheap. It's relatively cheap. You can do it digital if you want digital, but you could also do it in a physical like I did, and I think they're the same cost. They're really not too different from each other. It does take a little longer to come as this, but what's a little time? If you get something cool to keep your hands on like that. So that is Patch Magazine. Patch Magazine, you should check them out. I think they're awesome. I want more indie games in the world, and I want more people talking about them. And so if I can support them in any way, then that's what I want to do. So this has been a little promotional bit that I'll put together for YouTube. If you like indie games as well, you should come join us on Thursdays over on twitch.tv/checkpointchurch, where I'm almost always playing an indie game that I absolutely love, and we'd love to have you over there. And whether or not you choose to join us or click on this video and then click away, whether you subscribe or do any of those things, know that we believe 3 things we true about every single one of you out there. Number 1, that God loves you, like really, really loves you. Number 2, we love you. And number 3, that you, yes, you matter. You're a person of sacred worth. The world is a better place. Why? Because you are in it. All right. Until the next time that I see ya. Bye-bye. That was YouTube, by the way. I forgot to tell you guys to say hi, YouTube. What's up, Save Point Ministry? How we doing? I was just saying, if you like indie games, Patch Magazine is a new physical indie game magazine. This is only issue 17, so they've only been going a little over a year and a half in their next issue. So check them out. They're out of the UK. They do ship to the US, and I'm glad to have them. Speaking of indie games, we got to finish up Delete After Reading. We're going to finish this, and then we'll probably play Tchia, which I think is also an indie game. Was Tchia AAA? I don't think so. I feel like it was a pretty small team. Let's see. Pretty sure Tchia was a pretty small team. Yeah. Awaseb, Kepler Interactive. And that's nobody. That's nobody, and we love that. We love indie. The more indie, the better. All right. Let's get into some Delete After Reading. I have a feeling we'll finish this today. I'd be very surprised if we didn't. Save Point Ministry, I don't know your feelings on music. Oh man, I gotta move this. Hang on. Where is continue? Where is continue? Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Can I make this Windows, please? Where is continue? Oh, dear. All right, we might be playing Tchia the whole time. Where is continue? Does it delete itself if you stop playing? That can't be true. Playtime 101 minutes. Let's see if I can... How do I check for my save data? Oh, that's a gas if so. Dude, what? Wait. What's this arrow? Yo, this is not funny. I don't know what's going on. Where's my save data? No. Sure enough, dude. The update bugged, and they lost everyone's save files. Ah, that's so funny that would happen to a game called Delete After Reading, dude. Of all the games that it could happen to, that's real funny. Oh, I bet they're devastated. Man, I mean, I bet their game is getting ripped because of that, dude. I'm so sad. All right, well, I guess we're playing Tchia. I'll do that while I'm doing some work, and we'll finish on Thursday. That's crazy, though. I'll just pull up a guide and just go through the guide real quick off stream. Oh, man. I'm so sad for them. Maybe they just really wanted us to play Tchia, you think? They were just like, we really want these Checkpoint Church people to play Tchia, so we're going to get right into that. Yikes, dude. No, thank you. No, thank you. What's it doing? I don't want to update. I guess I have to update. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, let me do that then. Let me just stop what I'm doing and do your thing, okay? Let me go find a USB-C. This stream's going off. I did have to dig into my tub of wires there. It's all right. Sucks because there's nothing they can do about it. No currency drop or rare item or whatever. All they can do is apologize and genuinely feel bad for the death. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get like anything from them. I don't know what they would give me. But I mean like even like a notification. Like isn't there like a hard push they can do on emails or anything? All right. Oh boy. All right. That didn't take too long. That didn't take too long. All right, let's say bye, Spoofy. We're gonna say bye, Spoofy. We'll see you soon, Spoofy. All right, well, this is Tchia. Tchia of the night. Is anybody else planning to play Tchia out there in the chat? Any other Tchia players? Or already started it? It's free with PS Plus. Premium. Gorgeous. Looks real good. Wonder if there are any that I need to change. Specific scenes for family mode? I think we're okay. I have played some pretty wild games on here. Don't know if I need any of these things. We'll see about subtitles. Oh, wow, and no fail mode? That's pretty accessible. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's just get right into it. A word from the devs that I can't see. Let's turn off our mask in our chat here. Hi, welcome. You are about to start your adventure into the world of Tchia. We'd like to give you a little bit of context for what you're about to play. Tchia is a game inspired by New Caledonia, a small island in the Pacific Ocean. It is OSEB's co-founder's homeland, and this game is a love letter to this very special place. The game is deeply inspired by local landscapes, cultures, music, languages, folklore, and traditions. Characters are voiced by local talent in French and Drehu, the most prominent languages in New Caledonia. You will get to visit our renditions of famous landmarks and biomes and listen to an original soundtrack influenced by local sonorities and performed by traditional artists and choirs. Still, the world and story of Tchia are purely fictional. Names, topography, cultural details, and folklore have been changed out of respect for tradition and adapting to create a fun and engaging experience. Above all, we wanted the game to feel universal and accessible to anyone around the world. Tchia has been a labor of love from a very small team of various origins and cultures. It was a blast to create, and we hope that you'll have a blast diving into our world. Thank you so much. I'm not going to try to pronounce that unless they pronounce it for me. But that is the Drehu version of thank you so much. And from the whole Awaseb team. Love it. I love their logo, by the way. That logo is sweet. All right, chat box, boink. And Mass Effect, boink. I love games like this, ones that explore cultures I'm not familiar with. Games like Mulaka and Pamali. Well, this game seems like definitely in that same vein. So I'm here for it. I am here for it. I'm going to have to move my camera because that is not going to do. Because clearly they're going to show all the words down there in the bottom left. So we're gonna play with our chat here for just a second. We're just gonna play. Hopefully that'll work. Okay. Tricks. Lots of things to do. We'll learn. We'll learn. I love the inspiration. I love the sourcing, and I love the appreciation for the source material. Here for it. Maybe a nom for Games for Impact already. Made in Unreal. My Unreal peeps. Aw, new person! Is that us? Are we the new person? I thought maybe it might be a la bebe. How wild must it be to live in a place with 79 people? And that's like a large church where I'm from. That's like a large rural church. Soundtrack is killer. I don't want our ad friends to miss the start of the game. Is there a way I can pause? Will it just start right back up for me? I hope so. I don't play it enough. But we'll talk while our ad friends are having to watch ads because I don't want them to miss the literal start of the game. You know, that doesn't feel fair. It doesn't feel fair or right of a thing to do. So we'll wait. It's fine. But yeah, so let me know. Was anybody planning to play Tchia? First off, I know Cam is. And then the second question would be... No second question. Just, were you planning to play this game? Or do you plan to play it now that you see how gorgeous it is? Either one of those, I suppose, are relevant enough. Let's see. Anything else nerdy to show you? Patch Magazine is like the nerdiest thing I got right now. I just started reading that manga that I held up just a minute ago. Oshinoko, I Hoshino Oshinoko, and this did not start the way I expected it to. So, I don't know what this is about. Basically, the gist is it is a idol who gets pregnant at the age of 16, which was a shocking introduction, and the OBGYN that is going to deliver her babies, they're twins, by the way, the OBGYN is a huge Idol fan, which is weird for an adult male to be a huge Idol fan. And the night whenever he's supposed to deliver the babies, he dies, is murdered, and then is reincarnated as one of her twin children that is born. Which, first off, is a pretty strong opinion on a lot of things, such as reincarnation and how that would even work, origin of life, and then just an unexpected introduction to a manga that looks like this. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes from here. But Yeah, that's what all of you missed while you were watching ads. Now we're going to get back into the game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't skip that intro scene. I'm going to tell myself that I didn't skip the intro scene. I think I did. Because that didn't make sense for it to end where it did. Aw, man. All right, well, let's... Ads. How do I start the game over? Can I? Is that even an option? Yeah, we haven't saved, hopefully. Hopefully it didn't autosave. Man, sorry you guys, I gotta watch it again. I didn't want our ad viewers to miss all that. That wouldn't have been kind. Back into it. Back into it. Wow, this game, huh? This is neat. About to start a new, yes. Continue? Yes. Wow, so we're about to play this game called Tchia that we've never heard of before. Look at this new game. Look at this new game that we haven't even seen any scenes from. We weren't that far into the intro. There's emotes, tricks, stamina. All right, here we go. Here we go. First time seeing it. Get ready. I wonder how many people live in this village. Do you think it's 78? I think it might be 78. Oh, it's about to be 79 though, because that new kid's in town. But yeah, Sneaky, it's a wild beginning to a manga, and I have no idea where it's going from here. And it's a pretty bold start to a story. And that's our little suitcase. We're gonna go to dinner. We'll enjoy a meal. They shared a little fruit with them. Now we're back to where we were. Watch it just immediately go back to the start of the game, and we actually didn't miss anything at all. Okay, this is where we stopped. It's still gone. Looks like they're drawing on some rocks. All the kids in town like to hang out at the local haunt. And then there you have the yodeling Walmart kid there in the center. Oh, is it like a story time? Oh, I love that. You've heard this one 1,000 times before. Okay, okay. So there once was this young girl named Tchia. Okay, we didn't miss that much. But you never know. There's still more story being told. I wonder if this symbol's going to be relevant. Been watching the sessions from the Youth Pastor Conference? No. DM them to me. I don't even know where that is. Happy birthday, Tchia. Got a slingshot. Try it. Okay. Aim with L2, shoot with R2. Okay. I mean, you know, was it worth starting over? Probably not. Ooh, yeah, I got those haptics on. It's live right now for free. John Rush is about to be on a panel. Rock on. Yeah, send it my way. Are they going to be saving the VODs? I'll definitely have to keep up with it. Go back and watch them. No replays unless you purchase. We can purchase. That's fine. I like it very much. Thank you. Come find me at our usual spot. I'll show you something. Yeah, that's continuing ed right there. I'm just fine with it. Helpful stuff for digital ministry. Despite her father's best efforts and for a reason she ignored, Tchia always felt melancholic for her birthdays. Oh man, she got hops. All right, where am I going? Is there pointers? Wow. I like this world. I like this world. I feel happy here. A good place to be. There's a campfire. Is that where I'm supposed to go? Is this where I save so I don't lose all my souls? Square. Panel starting a few. Craig Rochelle, Steve John, and Manny Arango. Cool. Very cool. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, gotta slide into a crouch. Big rock. No little rocks in here. Papa! There's my emotes. Oh man, she just grabbed onto that bar like it's nobody's business, dude. No thank you. Ooh, what's this? Got him! Got him! Hang on, I can't see that one around the pole. Got him! Got him! Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no, too far! Oh no, too far! Oh no! Oh no. I'm not bad at video games, you are. Score too low. Okay, I need 160 points. 160 points. Here we go. Here we go. This is the money. This is the one. Boom jams. Oh, good. It's pretty forgiving as far as aim. Ah, come on. Thought I had that. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. I got the bronze. I got the bronze. Okay, you know what? That's better than nothing. Better than nothing. One more go. One more go. One more go. Ah, too early. Yeah! Nice! Nice! The greatest! Gamer! What is this? Ooh, a braided trinket? Is it a hat? Can I put it on? Oh, I didn't want that eggplant. Can I put it on? Uma's all the way out there. Is that F? Holy moly. I got a long way to go. I have no idea how to equip a thing. I thought I saw it at the campfire. Do I have to go all the way back to the campfire? Whoop. Oh no. Oh no. Pick that up. I'm going to burn down the whole field. Okay. We'll be fine. It'll be fine. If I come home and everything's burnt down, I'll be a little surprised. Can I have that axe? No. This world does feel real cozy, doesn't it? Yeah. I guess I don't have a rifle, do I? Bow! Can I go swimming? Boing. You can! Oh no, lionfish. I feel like those are very poisonous. Also, coral is very, very, very poisonous. I guess not poisonous. It's just it induces a rash very easily. Burns you. You don't want to be touching Coral. Oh, it's Papa. I thought this was way further off than it was. Hello, Father dearest. Are you making an oven mitt? It looked a little bit like an oven mitt. And Kachi to you too.
Oi, eu
Try it. I look a little embarrassed. All right, approach a point of view, shout, and get an update. Oh, cool. All right. I love the little voice trill there. That's really nice. Oh no, it's a glider. It's not an oven mitt at all. I can fly. Like a bird. Oh yeah. Love that bass. Jump and glide. Easy peasy. Schwapow! Okay, so I do have an energy bar. I can't just glide forever. I'm gonna fall in the water, I presume. Emergency glider? What was that? What do you think that means? Okay. Meet your father at the campfire on the other side now? I bet this world's gonna blow, huh? I've got a feeling we're exploring a bunch of islands today. Papa! How do you keep getting on the other side of the world from me? I'm telling you, she got hops, dude. All right, Papa. Is it just me and him? Where's everybody else? Yum. Looks neat. Fire looks nice, by the way. Dry fern leaves. There's a lot of activities I'm discovering, and I don't really know what they're about. Wait for the prompt, play the note, or autoplay. Dry fern leaves are used as percussion instruments. Try to hit the prompts on time. Can't win or lose at music, just have fun. If you just want to enjoy the sequence, enable autoplay to let Tchia jam automatically. Automagically. Syncopation's getting me. Oh, I wouldn't even notice the lyrics this whole time. Young girl, what's he been saying? He's been singing me a song. Listen to the song. I can't because I'm playing the leaves right now, dude. My name is Tchia. On this pebble, I'll find friendship. What's your name? My name's Tchia. Cute. They're cute. They're cute. I don't want anything to ever happen to any of them. I want all of them to live happy lives forever. Can you help me prepare the costume? They will be here soon. Trey will be here soon. Trey, or Trey for short, was their only contact with the outside world. He often brought supplies and food to Tchia and her father. 2 coconuts, 1 trinket, and can't read the third thing. Taro. That's one of the potatoes, yeah. Let's get a taro. Seem to recall seeing one in here. Unless I have to go pick a fresh one from the garden. Oh, that was an eggplant. Alright, I guess they are different. Got it. Stow it with R1. Easy. Alright, and coconuts. Boink. Let's do some strong coconuts. Keep wanting to press X. Done and done, dude. The pontoon? Where would that be, you think? I haven't really been looking for a dock. Other than that one, of course. Yeah. Proud of myself. I found father. Look at me. I found my dad. She'll hold that pose forever, huh? Done did it. Let's take him to Trey. Or will Trey come to us? He comes to us. The Proud Walk is A+. Yeah, I love it. Makes me want to see the rest of the emotes. You know, if you'd have given me 10 guesses as to what Trey was going to look like, that was not it. That was not my first guess. I'm here for it, though. But that was not at all what I was predicting Trey was going to look like. How have you been? Oh, thanks for the flower. Trey's good people. Trey's good people. Happy birthday, Tchia. Trey wandered out of the 60s to this island. I like his Simon Says hat. The tiara flower on the right ear means one's heart is free to be taken. Okay, maybe I'm not a big fan of Trey anymore. That's kind of a weird thing. A weird thing. When the one has been found, though, the flower must be switched to left ear as a symbol of love. Oh, that's kind of sweet. I'm back on Team Trey. Back on Team Trey. Is that Ginger? The costume is a traditional gesture. The costume is a traditional gesture of thanks to anyone helping or hosting you. A symbol of mutual respect and friendship. Music? Again? So soon? You can definitely just feel the culture, man. Culture just oozing out of this game. You've been followed. By whom? Whom would want to follow us? Oh! Hide her! What a bizarre looking vehicle. Glad they told me this was... No! Oh! No! No! Well, this man could be a saint! And I wouldn't care because of what he just did. Crabbington! It's been a while, what, 12 years? I can't read his name. So this is where you've been hiding all this time. He also has some pretty mystical beings. I'm glad they told me at the beginning of this game this was not grounded in reality. No! Oh no! The fabric creatures! Who is that? Oh! Whoa! Oh! Machete! Oh, blood! Oh, man, this game ain't no joke. All right, well, this took a real turn. I was literally just saying I wanted them to always be happy. Guess not. Guess they don't get to always be happy. That crab's just dead. The crab's just dead. Oh, I feel so bad for the crab. He didn't ask for that. He was just wandering on the beach. Who would have expected that a weird helicopter and some fabric beings were going to show up? Not me. I wasn't prepared. Hey, Trey. I gotta go save my dad. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to be a hero and go save my dad, so. You know. Oh! I'm on your island now. You took me away from my island. Trey had saved Tchia and brought her to his camp. She wanted to thank him somehow. It's not much, but make yourself at home, Tchia. If you feel like swimming, there are many beautiful clams on the reef below. Man, look at this guy's little paradise, huh? I just want to live this guy's life. Oh, they're best friends. Can I fish? Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Get 2 pearls for the Kotum. Pearls! All clams have pearls. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Marked on the map, it said? Oh. So there are. How do I see where I am? That's my question. Is that me? Oh, where am I? Perfect. Okay, so there are some clams underneath me. Oh, I see. I have to learn my location. That's where I went wrong. I got a little cocky thinking that I knew what I was doing. Whoops. Oh. She's really something else. No. like Spider-Man, dude. Thank you for your alert. Appreciate ya. Save Point Ministries. Y'all aren't going live today, are you? I guess you're lurking, so. I chose the perfect time to ask. These controls kind of whack. Okay, so there's several. So what does it mean that it's marked? I feel like I'm not seeing markings. Not that I want the game to hold my hand, but I kind of want the game to hold my hand. Just a little. Because I have these pins. All right, let's take a quick break and stretch our legs, rest your eyes. Do whatever you gotta do. Take a quick break time. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
I just want to be done.
See you all back here in just a moment. Running on a 9-volt. What am I supposed to do? Hook them up to a car battery? I need more power. Give me more power. Oh no, a thing shot out. All right, well maybe that was the problem. There's a little thing in there. He has chronic fatigue. He needs some help. Now if I like wave him around, woohoo! Woo! Just not feel it. It's because it's not Christmas yet.
Brings out the best in me, unlike the violating heat of August that fills the space between the dirt and the heavens. Only a handful of moons prior to the golden treetops and the ritualistic pumpkin and maple that stirs our hearts and reveals our need for stupid, cheery things.
I tried to. It almost worked. Some lines really worked well. All right, next stanza. So in between the stanzas, Shorty, oh my angel, you're my darling angel. Closer than my peeps you are to me, baby.
The artist falling asleep, laying he said, to rest in the fading foliage. On the ground, folding up the data, smaller glimpses of light, and here I am. Bathing in the soft wind, here I am. Grinning in the grace weather, here I am. Waking up the tenderness of autumn, can't be a cool one. What about the longer run?
Let's just draw a card, because Stinkbug's going to go in there anyway. Kraken! Hacker! Here I am. All right, mole. I don't know what mole does. Got it. Take the last face up. As you probably noticed, new face up haven't been replaced yet, right? They're replaced when you finish this turn, right? Look at the face down card with blank. If you draw a face down card, it's fine. It's fine. I'll take it. It's fine. Draw one face down and accept your decision. Don't tell me to accept my decision. Jerry, would you mind running that back for me one more time? Jerry, would you mind just running that one more time for me, Jerry? Jerry, please, if you wouldn't just run that one more time. Jerry, if you wouldn't just please one more time. Jerry, if you wouldn't mind just playing one more time. Jerry, please just cycle one more time. Okay. I don't see anything. Do you guys see anything? Stop browsing? I mean, yeah, right? We're done. Bean. Now it's a dirty floor bean. It's a dirty floor bean. It made it even worse. Dirty floor bean. Woo! Here we go. I didn't even need that for a... I didn't even need that for a... No. water tasted like it. I can't even rinse it out. I couldn't even rinse it out. Welcome back to Tchia. Right. Quick little Nirvana Nevermind again. Let's see if I can figure out where these clams are. Okay, they're pretty obvious. They're pretty obvious. Which one did I just find? It's almost like this game wants me to explore. Gross. Who wants exploration? Who likes to explore in video games? Not me. Back to Trey. Back to Trey. A little floaty. A little floaty. Controls are a little floaty. I almost need to like tone down the intensity a little bit. What's up, my dude? Hey. Ukulele. Wish I could read the lyrics though. I'm just kind of enjoying the song. I will go on a quest. panicked a little bit there at the end. Added a little notes in there. Did a little improv. Did my little improv. 88%. I thought there was no losing at music. But there is accuracy. Not the X on the I, dude. I love that. So what now?
Tchia.
Tchia, I wish you could stay safe here, but they will come back for me. Come with me then. Let's find my dad. I cannot leave this place, Tchia. My whole life is here. But as I said, it's not safe for you. You need to go. But where? How? You need to find Mavora. Meavora. He's been ruling over everything for 12 years now. He looks popular. Puidua, the man who took your father, is his henchman. Meavora rules over Nagazo. How do I get there? You can take my boat. I won't need it anymore. They're coming for me with their weird bandages. It can be dangerous out there. I don't know if you... No. At least stay for the night. You can leave in the morning. I'm definitely getting the Wind Waker vibes. The little Chiron, know what they're called? That's quite some balance. Whoa! Ah! Wow, I wasn't expecting that one to stay. No. Yeah. But no, that rock was so good too. I did it! And now I'm gonna play a song to it. Unlock a melody, show the melodies list, play the melody. Completing rock balancing activities will unlock soul melodies. Once learned, these mystical tunes can be played with your ukulele to trigger various effects. You just learned how to control the time of day. What? This really is Wind Waker. Cool. Okay. Neato. Oh, that's so cool. That's so fun. Look at her fingers. Just Dragon Force, dude. That's great. Cool. I like it. I like it. That's real fun. That's a fun way of doing things. What'd you say? Hmm? Yeah. Set the time to midnight. I see. B-E-E-D. Nope. Get some sleep. Oh, I do want to put my headband on. Love the sneakers. Oh, you can even change your hairstyle? Well, I can't see the backpack. How would I know? Oh, I see. I like the kid backpack. This is so cool. That's so much fun customization. Yeah, I'm here for it. All right, time to sleep. I like this game a lot. I like it a lot. I really like the culture. I like the inspiration. It is a little floaty. It is a little floaty. That just could be my sensitivity settings. Whoop. Try not to get lost. Thank you, Trey. Tree, whichever. I got a boat and all right. R is show map and compass. Up is the flashlight. Boat. L up and down controls speed. L left and right is to steer, and throw and lift the anchor is square. Where am I going? Oh, look at that. We're finally getting the opening credits, huh? I wonder how fast I can go. The max speed I get. Wonder where I'm headed. Sail to a moon. Love it. I wonder when this is supposed to be set canonically. Obviously, a lot of it is set in realism. Fast travel, very useful places. You'll find them all around the archipelago. You can fast travel between any discovered docks and apply the boat cosmetics you have unlocked. Cool. Mini map, full map, place marker. Orientation signs, approach sign, mark location. Nice. Gonna need to pet you. Gonna need to pet you. Don't know what I have to do, but I'm gonna. Oh! Oh! He's mine. This is my boy. This is my boy. Who wants him? Nobody can have him, because this is my boy. Everybody go ahead and get away from me, because this is my boy, and he's mine forever. And no one else can have him. He's only mine, and this is it. I'm going to go ahead and quit the game. I have finished. I've beaten Tchia. I've beaten the game because I have the dog now. Hello, dog. Oh! Why would you just drop the dog? Why would you just drop the dog? I want to pet the dog. I want to pet the dog. Ah, I want to pet it so bad. Please. Let me pet the dog. Let me pet the dog. I want to love this animal. What is that? Is that a cat? Ah! I have this cat. This cat is mine. Oh, I love him so much and I'll love him forever. How do I pet this animal? How do I pet this animal? I don't want to drop it. I don't want to drop it. How do I pet it? I want to love you. I want to. Ooh, is that a toy? Go get it. You want this? Get it. How can I make you love me? Wait, there were controls. There were controls. Where'd he go? Where did he go? Where are you, good boy? Where did the good boy go? Go. Okay, I see squares grab. What is pet? I can't see. Triangle. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I picked you up like that earlier. I never would have done. Had I known, I never would have. You have to believe me. I just assumed that interact would do what interacting does. When it didn't, I was very surprised. Okay. Where should I go? Meet Mayavora. Okay, well, I guess I just go for the big thing, huh? I mean, I'm just going right away. Is it marked and everything? Cat? Where'd you go? I want to love all of you. I want all of you to... come here. I love you. I love you, and I've never loved anything as much as I love you. That dog is nothing to me. You're everything to me. And I love you with all of my heart. Wait! Friend! Wait! I love you! Wait! No! Wait! Wait! I love you! Wait! 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 I love you! Wait! Wait! Wait here! I love you! Wait! No! Don't run! Don't run! I love you! Don't run! I love you, please don't run. Don't run, I love you. Don't run. Yes. You're my favorite. You're my favorite thing to have ever existed. Thank you. Okay, let's play the game. I love those animals so much. I would die for them. Don't just meow in the background to me right now. Meow. You're following me. You're my friend. Yes! Animal friends! Okay. Right where I need to be. It's a steep hill. I still can't get over just picking up that dog, dude. That was the funniest thing ever. Should I make it daytime? I feel like it should be daytime. Let's make it... I'd like to be able to see a little better, you know? Take a number. Number 999, number 999, please.
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez?
What do you
Je dois
want?
parler à...
I need to talk to Mayavora.
Vora.
Remplissez ça.
Mayavora? Fill this in. Tchia! Cute.
Parfait. Voilà. Ça, c'est la liste
Now
des
here's a
offrandes
list of
pour obtenir
offerings
un
to get an
entretien.
audience.
Attendez. Quoi?
Si vous voulez parler à Mayavora, on va la coutume. Hein. C'est la tradition.
Cortemo.
Allez, tata.
Cortemo.
Félicitations. Merci, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, that's hilarious. We were one visitor away, dude. We would have gotten a direct visit. Oh, man. Just our luck. Sleep at the campfire near... Why? Is that this symbol? No, that's a point of view. So if I mark it, can I see it? Oh, I take it it's on top of that tower, yeah. I don't know if I can get up there. It's a pretty tall tower. I suppose that symbol is. Dog. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. Can I just climb it? No shot, right? There's no way that's how this game works. I'm not gonna lie though, I don't know how to get in these buildings. Well, I guess let's look for a campfire. You know where a campfire might be? Do you know where a campfire might be? Excuse me. You're an interesting outfit. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to speak to me that way? Hmm? Campfire. Campfire. Aha! Is that it? Gotta be. Excuse me. It'd be helpful if I knew what direction anything was ever. Alright, I just found the statue directly south. What's up, Splash? How we doing? Hope you're well. What you up to today? I see the campfire.
Ininyawala. E aseni silimbo. E shilihi.
What? Am I going the wrong way? I mean, I definitely see a campfire. Is this game any good? Was thinking of downloading it on PS Plus later. I think it's good. I think it's very inspired. I really like the art. I like the characters so far. It's made me genuinely laugh a couple times. It is the. I'm not a fan of. It's truly open world in the sense that it doesn't hold your hand, which I guess is a good thing. But I would like a little more hand holding. I wouldn't mind a little more hand holding. I'm a little confused as the map where I should go. But I found it. So, I mean, gotta have at least a little bit of an idea. But I think it looks really good. It plays pretty nice. It's a little floaty. Okay, rested. I guess that was the wrong one, huh? Must be the wrong one. Is that where I was supposed to go? Which one am I at? Or is that the one I'm at?
Ininyawala. E aseni hunye. E shilihi.
Like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. What do you mean? Like, I wish I could see where I pin things. Was that where I was supposed to go or no? Was I supposed to go to this one? Was I supposed to go to this one? Who knows? Who can say? I am. I feel like I'm at this one. Maybe I unlocked this one. Okay. That's what I need to do. So, what direction is that? I need to go south. I don't know, dude. I don't know if this is right or not. I'm a little clueless. To make it daytime, that'd certainly make things easier. Just hope and pray that this is the right direction. Okay, there's like a broken bridge. Sure. Hope this is right. Again, just no. See, that can't be right because there's the thing. What? Where do you want me to go, game? Tell me where to go. It's got to be the map. The map is what's bugging me. All right, yeah. See, way down here. Went completely the wrong direction. Oh, what is that? What is that? How long has that been there? That's so much easier. Okay, well, that's what I'm doing now. I swear that was not there. I don't know if they just put that on because they were like, all right, this guy doesn't know how to play games. Let's put that thing on there. Because I have not seen that little symbol yet. On the compass, that is. Well, that makes things so much easier. Complaint retracted. Complaint entirely retracted. I'm back on board. I feel completely prepared and I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm definitely ready to take over an animal. Ready to go a little faster too. Okay, let's go ahead and name it and claim it here at this crossing. Easy. What's up, Zando? Movie game. You
Just
got
open
it.
the gachapon already so we can get back to training, Kakarot.
Only 3 gachapons left, by the way. 3 gachapons left. We're down to the final few. The final few remain.
Just open the gachapon already so we can
Another?
get back to training.
Oh, are you
Kakarot.
just
We
clearing it?
haven't got in the way, my gachapon.
That's fine with me. Read a page from Nate's book is one of them. Whoop. No. Popping in to say hi and then lurk. This game looks pretty. Welcome in, Perry. Thanks for your lurk. It is quite a pretty game. Perry, funny story about that, my friend. Funny story about that. On March 16th, they pushed an update. And when they pushed that update, it deleted everyone's save files. So, we're going to finish it on Thursday. We're going to finish it on Thursday. And I'm going to catch us up again. I'll get us back to where we were. But yes. Quite devastating. All right, Zando, you completed the Pokemon badges, getting the heart badge. So please pick a tier list for me to complete. Make that happen. You can DM it to me, and we'll try and do that probably on Thursday. Ayo, Splash, thanks for the sub. Let me know how hard you want to spin the sub wheel, clockwise, counterclockwise. I'm going to get your movie game for you, Zando. You also got a celeb reads poetry, so if you want to come with a celeb. We're going to continue doing all these things as this. Is there a list of tier lists you've done previously? No. No, but in all honesty, I haven't done many. Okay, here is your movie game. A birthday wish curses a father with the inability to speak untruths. And when he tries, all he can say is, "This is my boomstick!" Very hard counterclockwise. I don't know that one, Zando. You got it. Liar, liar, I knew, but I've never heard of Army of Darkness. Liar, lie, Army of Darkness. Correct. Chat's in the cloud. All right. Counterclockwise, very hard. Here we go. This is gonna fall, almost certainly. Oh, that wasn't hard at all. Hang on. Stop the stream and watch Army of Darkness. Now, I have seen Evil Dead. I've never seen Evil Dead 2, and didn't realize Army of Darkness was connected. I'm not that big of a fan. It's not like I hate him or anything. But it sounds like I need to go see Army of Darkness. You got a t-shirt, Splash? Send me your shirt size. I should have your address somewhere, but send me your shirt size and what shirt you want that costs the same amount as a Checkpoint shirt. Unless you don't have a Checkpoint shirt, and then I'll just get you a classic. All right. If you've only seen Evil Dead, I can understand why. 2 is a better version of the original. Army of Darkness is a classic. Well, I'll add them to the list. All right. While you're coming up with a celebrity, I'm going to RNG. How much is a Checkpoint shirt? Let me find out. The classic is $16.99 for a classic cut. $16.99. Groot reads poetry. Okay, that works. I don't even really need the poem, but I guess I'll try and use it. Okay, this is Love Letter from Nor Unahar's New Names for Lost Things, as presented by Groot.
I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
Thank you. Chats in the clap. Chats in the clap for Groot. I did read that with proper inflection, just so you know. So it was very accurate. Just trust the process. Let's turn to RNGesus. Doo-doo. Page 159 of the Mirror Mural. Mirror Mural is a book that I wrote whenever I was 10 years old. It was a long time ago. I do not agree with the opinions of this past version of myself, but here we are. And whenever you write a book as a 10-year-old, it's pretty cringe. But it's pretty impressive that it ever happened. So we're going to read through a page of the Mirror Mural for your listening pleasure. As usual, let's see. We can at least turn to chat for this one and turn on some piano. Oopsie. Where's Spoofy? Spoofy. Okay. This is actually going to be page 158 because 159 had already been read. I will not present you any context because there's no context that could be presented in a short amount of time. And even if I did present context, it still probably wouldn't make much more sense. But this is page 158 of the Mirror Mural from the chapter 35 entitled Mason's World. Follow my clues, Mason told him. The first one is this. All that you have to do is figure out her name. Her? Brady asked. Her who? The redhead next to you, Mason said. Thought so, Brady replied. Got it? Mason asked. Good. See ya. Suddenly, his body evaporated as he gave a deep, evil laugh. Wait, don't run off, Brady yelled, but it was too late. Ah, the girl next to him yelled. Obviously, she had woken up. Whoa, Brady screeched in surprise. Where am I? She asked the first, most typical question. Hey, dude, hey, she's just been woken up unexpectedly in a weird place, so maybe don't judge the way she wakes up. Okay, whatever. Like I know. Why am I here? She asked the second most typical question. Okay, it was pretty funny. That's a good bit. That's a good bit. All right, I'm here for it. To help me. Ew, she screeched. I'm not helping you. I was 10. I was 10. What did I even mean? No one says help in this way. Whatever. 10-year-old. Not in that way, you perv, Brady yelled, blushing. I need to help you find out what your name is, and then I can escape from here. Oh, but I know my name, she replied. Don't ask, Splash! I don't know! Who wrote this? Really? Brady asked. Yeah, it's... She paused. Oh gosh, I did forget. If you hadn't asked, then I might have remembered. Gosh, you're so stupid. Ugh, Brady sighed. Well, anyway, my name's Brady, and I'm here to help you. He then whispered to himself, I would get the brainless girl. Whoa, Brady, calm down. Okay then, I suppose I have no choice but to believe you, so... She sighed. Let's go, Brady cheered. End of page. That's the Mirror Mural. Oh boy. I'm glad we started that one on such a low because that means that it doesn't make me feel quite as bad whenever things like that come up. Have you already done a tier maker for Stardew Valley characters? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. Okay. For the campfire! Ah! What are you? Don't eat strange balloons that you find in the woods. Okay, well this fire's obviously not going to be going right now. It just turns on. Okay. As I'm looking, I believe you have, and I made you do it. Oh no. Well, that shows how much it stays in my brain. It might be different this time. Who could say? Who could say? Since the incident on Uma, Tchia had felt different. Yeah. Become the coconut. Yeah, become the coconut. All right, enter soul jump mode, and I can become a dog. Calm down, Nathan. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. All right, soul meter will deplete. Ooh, yes. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, please, please, let me soul jump. Become the coconut. I am the coconut. The coconut is me. I am the one climbing the coconut tree. You are not the coconut. The coconut is me. Whoa! Oh no. Brick killed a guy. So I can just launch coconuts now? When controlling an object, you can aim and project it towards a target while unpossessing on the spot. Very useful with explosive objects such as oil lamps. Cool. Neato. Cool. Here for it. Boink. Is that puberty? This game is great. I wasn't expecting it to be so cheeky. Tchia had a very special gift. How important it was going to be, she didn't yet know. Makes me feel like she's like Maui. Very Maui, but without the need for a hook. Tchia had lots of things to gather before she would get an audience with Meavora. She knew there were chickens in Wellaware. Wellawari. And she had heard the Hunahami people carved wood totems. Hunami. Okay, so I got 2 places to go. I like when games do that. When they send you to like the ending and then make you go out into the world to come back to the ending eventually. Let's do it. We got options. Soul throw. I just want to be a dog. I just want to be a dog or a bird. Either one will do. Or a bird, either one will do. Oh, dead chicken or sculpted totem? Totem. Oh, man. Okay. Which one do you guys want me to go to? What are you feeling? You feeling Hunami or Welly Welly? I'm fine with either one. Welly Welly. Need a chicken egg. Oh no, 5 trinkets from Welly Welly. Chicken eggs in the other one. It's gorgeous. Now that I know that the markers are on the compass, I'm not going to be using that much anymore, I'm sure. I feel like if my daughter were just a little older, she would really love this game. Because it really is just Moana. It feels like Moana. And she loves Moana. As do I. My kids are into Moana right now too. It's been like the mainstay. I think she's loved it for the longest. It would either be that or Frozen. Those are her two like goats. It up there. Very cozy, very zen. Welly, welly. Is that the dock over there? Why'd you dock anywhere? Man, they did such a good job with the water. Looks so good. I just want to jump in. Who needs docks? Who needs docks? Not me. Would I have liked to anchored in the dock? Yes, I would have. Did I? No. Do I know how to get out of the beach? I do not. Spawn boat. We love that. Spawn the boat. Yeah. Like I never missed. Okay. Now we're going to go to Welly Welly. I think we're going to go to a... Let's see if we can find one of those... viewpoints, you know? Where are we? Yeah. That's what I want to try to find. So I wonder if this will show up on my map. Wonder if I pin this, will it now show up on my compass? It will! Oh yeah! Cool game, good game. We love this game. Now I gotta find a creature to inhabit. Thank you for your lurk, Sneaky. Appreciate ya. Whoa! Nothing to inhabit. Man, 1 extra stamina. Oh, this game is good. This game is good. Because that's going to encourage me to go and explore and find more of those stamina meters. Ah, yeah, it's a good game. Good game. Good game, good. Good game, good. Like the game. Like the good game. Big fan of good games. Big fan of whenever games are good. Love when that happens. Love, love, love when good games are good. I just want to play in this world. I hate that I'm playing Paranormal Site right now because I would make this my new like personal time game. Explore the open world. I really want to find a critter. Yes. I am deer. You are not deer because I am. Wow. Deer can climb? No. 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 Deer cannot climb. Oh, no. Oh, I thought deer would be really good at climbing. Oh, no. Deer only climbs at angle. Oh, dear. Oh, deer is no better at climbing than I am. Really don't like deer's back legs. Not a fan. Is that how deer's legs do? Is that how the deer do? Oh, yes. Yeah, this feels better. Can the deer scream? All right. You know, we didn't have to call it possession. That just feels weird. All right. Wow. Wow. Look at all those areas of interest. Oh, look at all those areas of interest. I'm interested in all of them. Oh, no, man. That's so many areas of interest. Oof. Burn down the camps? What? I don't want to burn down the camps. Why would I burn down the camps? What do you mean? Okay. Let's go get things. Oh, this is so fun. Oh, it's a good game. That's a good game. It's a good game. Could progress the story. But I also really want to do other things. Do people just feed me? Whew. Okay. I love people. I didn't know people just fed me. Need to find another deer. Is that the fruit over there? Stamina fruit. I can be that bird. I can be that bird. Where you at, bird? Ooh, wait, is that more stamina? Finally getting food. How are you doing? Been watching some of the meetings. I'm so excited to play this tomorrow. Not gonna lie, it was a slow start. It was a little bit of a slow start. There have been some goofy guffs here and there, but I'm all into it now that I kind of get what's going on, starting to figure out the controls. It's very floaty at first. It was definitely a floaty experience, but now that I'm getting it, I don't know what this is. Ooh. Is that one of the collectibles that I had to get? It was. Okay, cool. Cool! Ah! I love this. It's gorgeous. Is that stamina? Consider it mine. But I will say, I mean, it did take just a little bit of getting used to. But I feel like now that I get it, I'm here for it. Oops. I thought I was close enough. Thought I was close enough, I twasn't. Thought that I was, twas not. All right, it is time for another break, so since I died, we'll take another break, and we'll be back in 3 minutes. Look forward to seeing you all back here then. Friend or foe? Friend or foe? Foe. Why are they always foes? Oh, perfect. It's not beans. It is a little slip of paper. Done. What? What a way to end stream! What a way to end stream! Do you guys want to know what Zando just pulled? Zando, there's only one of these. Out of all of the things in the bucket, there's only one. It was total luck. My friend, you have just earned yourself the exclusive Discord role of Gotcha King. Wow! Chats in the clap for Zando, the Gotcha King. You officially have a new role, a title in our Discord of Gotcha King. Only one Big stuff, big stuff. The Gotcha King Zando. We'll implement your role here in the next little while, hopefully by tomorrow at the latest. And wow, what a way to end stream, yo! This is super exciting. What? So this would have been 2011. I was cast as Mr. Body in Clue. That was a lot of fun. It's a great show. The second time I had to die on stage in a show. Something about this face people just want to kill. People want to see this face die. I don't know what it is. Yeah, see, they're big old boys, huh? One hitters. One hitters. We're just fine with that. Oh, not one hitters. 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 They're not, in fact, one hitters. They are sometimes two. But it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that ring.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
I just beat you in Fortnite, master of the mystic arts.
Victory is mine.
Kayaba. Does make sense. But I did definitely forget. Oh my goodness! I am so far away from you! Stop targeting me. Off we go into the wild blue yonder. Whoa, 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 whoa! That is a shiny! That is a shiny alpha! Are you kidding me right now? Please let me save! Please let me save! I need to save right now! Are you kidding me? That is a shiny alpha Vulpix! Neo! Oh! What is happening? That is so lucky! That is so incredibly lucky! Okay, that's fine. Whoa! Alright, alright. We got this. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. We back. So while I was away, I checked Facebook because, of course. But big news just came out of North Carolina. So for those of you that know about all the things going on in the United Methodist Church, you may know that West North Carolina is being, or was being sued, which was stressful. But the lawsuit just got dismissed, which is less stressful and is very good. I just learned that, and that's exciting. Let's see. Where am I right now? All right here. So for those of you that have your finger on the pulse of United Methodism, this is good news. This is good news. And I don't like to dwell on it on stream, so I won't mention it anymore. But what? Oh, it was a rock. It was a rock. I definitely thought it was a boar. I am rock. Hear me roar. The rock go so fast. The rock goes so much faster than Tchia did. Rock goes so fast. Who would have thought that rock was best mode of transit? Not I. Now that I'm getting into the game, I'm understanding the game, and I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna call this almost a shoe-in for Games for Impact, and I'm gonna probably go ahead and call it an indie game nom. We'll see, but I'm thinking probably indie game nom. Whoopsie. I think it's pretty likely. You know, you could always be wrong. Always room to be wrong about these kind of things. But I think if this gameplay stays consistently this good, it continues to feel this good. There's so much to do. It's a cozy game with lots to do. I mean, this is the kind of vibe, this is the kind of game that I could get behind completing. And I don't often do that with games. I do certainly want to make it daytime. I think it looks gorgeous. I think it's playing super well on the PS5, obviously. All right, what's this race all about? Love the art style. Whoa! But what am I racing? Where to? Is there a time limit that I'm going towards? Am I working towards something? Is there a run button that Xando hasn't told me about? Oh, that's underwater. You're the keeper of run buttons. I know. I don't know if I'm making a good time or not. I have no idea. Am I supposed to be possessing things to do all of this? I love the music. Honestly, I think the music is my favorite. So I hope it gets a nom for music and sound design. That's certainly a more contentious category. The real run button was the friends who made along the way. Agreed. Is that the next one? It feels too far away from the next one. And this one? Yeah! Just a silver. Okay, well, I guess I could have done better. That's pretty fun. All right, I need to get this. I just love it. I love the style. It's just brimming with style and culture and aesthetic. A very good hang. Just see myself playing the heck out of it. Nothing feels too far away. Oh, I don't want to be done here. Did I do what I needed to do? I don't want to be done. I don't want to be done. No, I don't think I'm going to be done. I'm just going to keep playing. I don't want to progress the story because I just want to find all the things. Because I just love the world so much. I'm going to be a pig. I'm going to be that pig. Boink! Eat me! I am boar. Yes, this is me. I am the boar. I am the one. I am the one who does the thing with the boar. Wah! Yes, give me that. I would like it. Thank you. Oh, I have the flower. Ah! I love it so much, dude. It's so cute. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that I have the flower in my hair. Oh, it just makes me want to die inside. In a good way. Okay. Let's do another challenge. Are you kidding me, dude? Oh, absolutely, Xando. I will do that, but they're all S's, man. I didn't see what the high score was. Whoopsie. Oh, man. 200 something? Okay, we ain't even close there. 130? Dude! 230? Ah, 155. That's real fun. I could see myself getting lost in that too. Ooh, no. I just love all of it. I love all. Cow. Oh! The freedom of the cow. No one can contain me, for I am cow. Yes! I am what? Does that say poop? Does that say poop? There's poop. Oh, what? Yo! Hold up. The poop button explodes? What are they feeding those cows? Are you joking with me right now? Oh my goodness. I love this. I love this so much. All right, I need a meal. I need a meal because I need to become all of the animals. Oh my goodness. I love this so much. I don't want to stop playing. 4 o'clock's gonna come and go, and I'm gonna be like, no, I don't want to be done. What else can I possess? Wale wale! Oh my goodness. I love this world. Whoa! I don't love this world! Please, chill out. That was unexpected. What do you want? I am a child. Crab. I would kill for some crab. You'd kill for a lot less, it appears. I'd go to get them myself, but we can't go to Quail because of the Hanami people. We have nothing against them, but they hate us. Did you happen to shoot them with a shotgun when they walked on your land? Get me a crab and we'll talk. Okay. I have a guess. I have a guess as to why you may not get along. Did they send me back? Did they send me back?
Ma ini kecego chane shele. Essa ini really well.
Did they send me back? Rude! Rude. Oh no, I'm still here. I was still here. Ooh, those look delicious. Oh, I want those bad. Where do I get those? Where do I get those? Is she gonna shoot me again? My greatest dream, to be the bird. I am the bird. I can lay an egg. Ah! Explode. Explode, egg. Go on. Go on. Explode. I love this game. I love this game. I love this game. I mean, love this game. Goaty, dude. Goaty. Is there a man in that tub? I believe there is. I was worried it might be inside. It wasn't. What's that? What is that? Whatever. Oh! I'm at this dock now. Let's rest. I don't know if resting actually does anything, but we should do it. It's the right thing to do. Make it daytime. Shall we... I want to know what you mean. Is there an animal? Critter? Is there a critter I can possess anywhere near here? Oh, critters! Where are you, little critter friends? Well, we got to the statue first. Can I destroy this, or do I have to use a rock? I guess I gotta use a rock. Okay. Oh! What? Do I need cow poop? Do I need cow poop? How do I destroy you? It must be with cow poop. That's the only logical explanation. But I don't have cow currently, so I'll have to come back for you. What is that? Chest. I would like that. Thank you. I'm not going to play this game. I'm just going to do nothing but the collectibles. This is such a good podcast game. Oh my goodness. I just want to listen to a podcast and just veg, dude. I just want to veg for days. I want to be that bird. Can I be you? No, too far. Can I be you, bird? Yes. Yes. Ooh, I am Crow. I am Crow. Look at me. Look at me. Witness me. Uh-oh. What a weird looking island. Well, this island's got to have some story behind it. Is this like one of those trees that preachers like to talk about in sermons that have interconnected and interwoven bits and pieces? Don't know why I double marked that one, but I did. Is this like crazy shallow? Crab friends. Crab friends. Come out to play. What's up with all this clay? I want that. Whoa! Got him. Oh, is that all you wanted? Just the one? I've done it. Ha ha ha! The greatest. Okay. Can't help but be this good, dude. I can't help it. Crap. There must be a better way. Ciao. I shall find a nemesis. Nemesis! Ah! Nemesis! Face me! You coward! Face me, you coward! Face me, I said! Challenge me. Yeah! You fool. I am the Crab King. Yeah, this game. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, loving every minute of it. This is my kind of game. The bird? See that bird? I love this so much. Ooh, I can poop on that? Yeah! The greatest that there's ever been, dude. Goodbye. Bye. Yeah, I love this. Yeah, I love this. Brought you a crab.
Ah,
That's a strange way to tie up a crab, but I'm here for it.
Tiens, si tu restes
Why don't you stay for dinner? Help Louise with the food, will you? Of course I'll help Louise. What's up, Lou? Oh,
Donc, c'est quoi ton nom? Tchia. Toi, c'est
looks so-
Louise, c'est ça?
so good.
Tu viens d'où? De loin. Une petite île qui s'appelle Uma.
Yeah, drop it in the oil, dude. Yes. Ah, it's gonna taste so good.
Avora et lui demander de libérer mon père.
There's nothing like a,
Ma
like
mère,
a
elle aime
tortilla.
pas bien Avora. Elle dit que c'est devenu bizarre depuis qu'il est au pouvoir.
Drop it in the pan.
T'as besoin de quoi? Un poulet mort.
Not listening to a word they're saying.
On a des
We have
poulets.
chicken, I can
Je peux
get you
t'en
one
donner un
tomorrow.
demain. Oh, ce serait trop chouette.
That'd be fantastic. Oh, because I need an egg for the journey? Yes, I could do this for days. No! Don't make me stop! They're so cute. They're so cute! I love them. I love all of them. She said she needed a dead farm chicken. Understood. Thank you, Perry, for actually paying attention. I love them. Oh! Oh! They're gonna kick me out of the band. Oh my goodness, I need Zando! Zando! My eyes! My eyes can't do this! I'm not an expert! This game got so much more difficult with music. Oh boy! No. Woo! Woo! I don't even want to see my percentage. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I hope it's above 60. 79! I'll take it!
Louis t'attend.
Solid B. Well, right below it. An excellent C, a C+.
Hey.
I guess if you're not on the 10-point scale, we're good. You're on that good old school American standardized. Then I'll take it. I love this so much. I mean, they just gave me a side quest. I have a banjo! Oh my goodness, it's so cute! I can now have a rockabilly bow. I'm gonna go change my outfit. And I actually like care. I like want different outfits because this world feels so livable. Like, why wouldn't I want a different outfit? Because it's a different day. Since I came from the country village, we're gonna go country this time. We don't really have any good shorts for it, but I guess we'll go with the surf shorts. Definitely with the cowboy boots. What am I making, a Mennonite here? We'll go with flippy floppies. I'm here for it. Oh no, wait, I don't want a hat. I don't want a hat if it's gonna mess my hair up. Yeah, I love the rockabilly with the bow. That's great. One more patterns. Oh yeah, the tin can is so good, dude. Alright, maybe I'll lose the country vibe. I'll lose the country vibe. That feels cute. That feels cute. I wonder if a different pair of shorts will look better. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that's a look, dude. That's a look. We're here for it. Yes. And now we know Louise. I've not even started reading the journal. Oh, it's a good game. It's a good game. It's a good game. It is a good game. Okay. We need a chicken egg. We need an ancient tooth fragment. And we need to visit Hunami. I guess we should make our way over to Hunami, huh? Are there any sights to see on the way? There's a stamina bar there. Yeah, let's at least go get that stamina. It's so close. We'll go over the mountain. Wait, what is the L? Is that the side quest? I wonder if L is the Louise's side quest for the treasure hunt. I would like anything that would make me a little quicker. Such as a run button. Let's dance. Let's dance all the way there. I guess you just have to possess things that make you faster. Next. Unlock another campfire. I don't know if you can like fast travel between campfires. That is definitely low-key what I want to do. What is that? Is that another bracelet? Yeah. Alright, kind of a waste of my time, but it's fine. What is that? Okay. Ah, man. This is just a good time. This is a good old-fashioned good time. It is quiet. Kind of miss the music. Bum ba dum ba dum bum bum. Bum ba dum bum bum. You think rock? Can rock uphill? Rock could definitely go faster than Tchia. That is just unequivocal. Look at how fast downhill. Look how fast Rock is downhill. I mean, rock is just all around better. Okay. Oh no. The brainless soldier spawned my Miavora from pieces of fabric, used fire or explosions. I went right into the middle of the camp. Whoopsie. Okay, we're gonna get right on out of here. Did they see me? Get me out of here. Okay, well, I definitely got a couple of them. Oh, that wasn't helpful. That wasn't helpful at all. How do I set them aflame? I wonder if I might not be jumping the gun here. Ah. Not the most effective. What? How do I burn them down? Will you teach me? The only thing I knew to do was the lanterns. There must be another method. Maybe I'm jumping the gun, as I said. Well, phooey. All right. There's another one. Ooh, that's another spot, isn't it? Or is that a statue? Yeah. Let's go for that, and then we'll fly down to Wait, what's the warning for? Is that a deer? Deer, why are you in the water? Sprint! Ah, yeah! We so fast, we are too fast for you. You cannot go as fast as us, because we are a deer. We are a fast deer. We are the fastest deer. We are a deer unlike you've ever seen. Okay. Oh, man. I love it. The possession thing is by far the best part of the game. It's so good. And the story. The story is really fun. And the characters, and the design, and gameplay. Good game. It's a good game. Is that my viewing point up there? That it is. Only there were another deer. So deer is clearly the best way to get around quickly. Now we know. You know what this game actually really reminds me of? It feels like a more realized version of a short hike. It reminds me so much of a short hike. Okay, I was wrong. That's the shiny point over there. Hopefully no one shoots me with a shotgun whenever I go around here again. Look at all the things there are! I want all of them! Alright, obviously need the stamina things. Those are probably the most important things. We're gonna start with those. I mean, for real though, all I want to do is do everything but play the game. I wanna do all the things. Which either makes this a wonderful stream game or a terrible stream game. Oh, I'm getting so strong. So strong! I will say the stamina bar is much smaller than a Breath of the Wild stamina bar, and you really gotta space it out. What did I get? Ooh, new backpack. What else? Old paint. Swimsuit. Some gloves. I love this. Yeah, this is real cozy game vibes. Real cozy game vibes. Good game vibes. I love it. I'm here for it. I want more of it. I'm seriously not going to be done in 20 minutes. How am I going to stop playing this game in 20 minutes? How? Is that a bunny? Take me away to a special place. I escape. Take me away. Oh, I wasn't even there yet. Oh, did I go too far? Where is it? I thought it was on the same side as the stand. There it is. Alright, I think that was all the stamina for... Oh! Spoke too soon. I do think the swimming's not very fun. Swimming could be a little bit more good. Maybe I need to be a fish. If I were a fish, I would enjoy swimming. That makes sense. Need to try being fish. What are you? I am a locust. Ooh, locust so fast. Yeah. Locust doesn't do anything special though. Is Locust still nearby? Oh, nope, just grab. Don't want to be grabbed. Any more coconuts? There are. Don't know if this is how you're supposed to play this game, but this is how I'm playing this game. I want all of the stamina. I guess I get another bracelet. Don't really need it. I assume I just have endless pockets. It hasn't warned me of an encumbrance. Banana. Yeah, we found the Hunami. What's up with the warnings? I'm guessing it's warnings for boat people. Already up at 27 stamina. We're doing so good. I think Steve might have programmed in too many of the trinkets. Any other cocoa nuts? Not close by. All right, to the H. Might be one of the last things we get to do. I don't want the game to be over. I don't want to stop playing. I'm having so much fun. Hey, you want to meet the chief? I'm sure he'd love to meet you. You should perform a khatum for him this time. Oh, for his time. A small gesture of respect to get off on the right foot. Bye. Bye. Okay. What all do I need? 3 pearls. They're over here. Guess I go right back. And then we do it again. Let's do it. Let's do it, do it, do it. Do it and do it and do it. Let's leave it up. Do it and do it and do it, do it, do it and do it and do it and do it, do it, do it, do it. I gotta be in. Ah, did you see how they're doing the like cultural foods? They're letting you know through like a little magazine clipping. It's just so good. This game is so good. They had no business making such a good game. Leave some room for the rest of us, Phil. Don't know where bird is. I need bird. Or locust. Bird. I am bird! The poop humor almost reminds me of like Abe's Odyssey. Oddworld games. Where you could just flatulate for no reason. Love the traversal options. And they feel good. Kind of forgot how to do the parachute, but I remembered. Just in time. Time to look for clams. I bet if I'm a fish. Yeah! Fish don't need no breath. Fish don't need no breath because fish is fish. Tell a fish it needs breath. You can't because it's a fish. One pearl. Fish. Close. That's a bird. That is bird. That is not fish. Fish. No! Okay, good to know. If you get too high up. There's one. Right, Napoleon fish. There's one more. I think I see it. Nice. No way I'd be jumping on that coral like that. It's possible that brain coral or whatever that does doesn't hurt, but I wouldn't risk it. Coral bite the back, dude. Bird. Bird! Give me seagull. Watch him land. Or just watch him never land. That's fine too, I suppose. Wait, bird? Nope. Oh, bird. Any old bird gonna land around here? Hmm? Now I need this possession mechanic in a Pokemon game. I'd be all about it. Can you imagine the next Legends game? Being able to patrol around as animals? As the Pokemon? Like with the 3 or whatever they let you ride, the 5 they let you ride. Imagine being able to be them. I don't know if I'm ever going to need that clay, but... probably worth having. Bird! I am Bird! Ha ha! I am Bird! That was exactly what I was thinking. Oh, I need to get to this mountain. I'll just become a flying type. Oh, amazing. So cool. All right, Chief. Probably the last thing we do, I'm afraid, folks. And I'm so sad about it. I so don't want to be done. If I didn't have to get the girls today, I might consider playing an extra 30 minutes until into work. That's how much I'm enjoying this game. What is your name, young girl? My name is Tchia. You are welcome here. Thank you. I'm looking for a sculpted totem. Maybe you can help me? As you appear to be sculpting one right now. Listen, we need white clay. Ah, do we? I have a couple handfuls. How many do you need? Am I going to unite you guys' tribe? Because I'm here for it. If that's what this game is about. We have nothing against them, but they hate us. If you can get us some white clay, I'll help. I did get you some white clay. How much do you need? Just 1? 2? Hurry. Yeah! Done, boy. Gamer sense. I just knew I would need it later. Ooh, okay. I get to do any of these totems? That's actually a pretty important call. Call him back as soon as we're done with stream. I like that one. Ooh, I like the wave. Yeah, I like the helix, I think. Thank you for your lurk, Extra Ninja. Validate. Hopefully they leave a voicemail. Okay, rhythm gameplay. Banjep and sonai. Banjep are percussive instruments made from tree bark, hit one with the other. Sonai are dried seeds attached to the ankles. They create a rattling sound. If you just want to play the sequence, enable autoplay. I mean, I want to try. Oh. I see. It says I'm not playing, but I am. I am! What? I am playing! Am I supposed to be hitting a button? I'm supposed to be hitting a button. I thought I just went up and down. Oops. This is not going to be a good one. Did I hit the drums? I don't feel like I hit the drums. I guess I did. I thought Square played the note. It does, but for some reason I didn't think that did it with the drums. I got all out of sorts. All out of sorts. Now I know. I doubt I did very well on that one. See if I even got 50% done. So cool. A+ cutscene. Everything is excellent. It's all excellent. It's so good. It's so good. It's so inspired. It feels good. It plays good. Even the floatiness I've now gotten past. It took some getting used to, but I'm used to the controls now, and I think this is an exceptional game. I think this is an exceptional game. This is probably my one of my favorite games I've played this year so far. Not gonna lie. Definitely one of my favorite 2023 games so far. I mean, it is just as culturally as inspired as A Space for the Unbound. It's not quite as epic of a mystery as Space for the Unbound. Oh. Oh. feels so good. Yeah, man. I just like this game. I just like this game. This is just a good game. Wait, what? Oh, was I supposed to make another one? Is circle not validate? Oh, I made the wrong one. Is that the one? Did I do it? Looks right to me. Nice. I need to know where a save point is, though.
Oleti.
Thank you.
Tchia.
Where are you heading now, Tchia?
Ini a fele la kema.
I'm looking for my father. Meavora took him prisoner. Be very careful with Meavora. He has evil in him. So I've heard. I gotta go! It just keeps going. It just keeps going. It's so good. Into the cave. And hopefully into a save point. Those shrine doors lead to mystical realms. Overcome the challenges inside and you will be rewarded. Use a totem sculpting stand to match the pattern on the floor. Place your totem in the receptacle to unlock the shrine door. Save point. Save. No. Please. Please? Okay, save game. Okay. Make sure. Yes, we've saved. All right, good game. Good game all around, folks. I am a fan. I'm here for it. I'm going to keep playing it. We'll be back again on Thursday, finishing Delete After Reading and then playing more of this. So Thursday's stream is going to be very much the same as this, and I look forward to seeing you all then. We don't have 5 viewers, so I'm not going to rate out today, but I do appreciate all of you being here. If you're watching on the VOD after the fact, thank you for being here. We believe 3 things to be true about every single one of you out there. Number 1, that God loves you, like really, really loves you. Number 2, we love you. We want community with you. That's what we're doing here. Number 3, that you, yes, you matter. You're a person of sacred worth. The world is a better place. Why? Because you are in it. And folks, like I said, I would be playing late today, but I've got to go get my girls because my wife cannot get them today, and they have got to get picked up eventually. So until the next time that I see you, be well. Bye-bye.